It's the Whatever Man
It's
Podcast.
the Whatever Man Podcast.
It's working. All right. It's Whatever Man Podcast. It's Chuck.
John.
And we're here with Bob Niffen.
Yeah,
How's it going, Bob?
it's going good, man. It's going real good. Ready to cast some pods.
All right. All right. So
What's the official name of it?
the official name?
Yeah, of y'all's podcast.
Oh, it's the Whatever Man Podcast.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
The best podcast you never.
Never heard of.
Okay. He gave me a card
Oh,
at
okay.
work. That's how I kind of knew about it. And I don't know how to do the interweb machine, so I've never seen any podcasts. So there you go. But you kids and your newfangled technology. So.
So it's basically a radio show on the internet. But right now we're doing
Yeah,
video.
why do we gotta have video?
Well, we're trying to expand, Bob.
Okay.
We're trying
I'm
to
like
expand.
a guinea pig.
Yeah, you're a test case. You're a
All right,
canary in
that's
the coal
all
mine.
right, okay.
So, you are a blues player?
Yeah.
How long you been playing the blues?
Let's see. 45 years?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like when I was a kid, that's what I first heard that went, whoa. Because I was telling Germs, we've talked about music before. It's like Beatles and all. I was like around 12 or 13 when all of that stuff happened. And I guess if this is going on the interweb, I'm real screwball. None of that stuff moved me. All the I want to hold your hand and all this. And I happened to hear a B.B. King song, and I was like, geez. They sang about real stuff, It's
Yeah.
like, I wanted to hold somebody's hand, but I wanted to fuck somebody. and blues guys
Yeah,
sang about that, man, And I
Yeah,
was
they-
like, now.
they like thick-legged women.
Yeah. And, it's a distinctly American music, too, So, like, instead of all this English horse shit, it's like these guys are Americans, man. And anyway, that's what started me.
Oh. So you say B.B. King. Yeah.
That's one of my first heroes. And then there was I don't know if you guys were the Paul Butterfield Blues Band.
Yeah, I've heard of Paul Buck.
Guitar player was Mike Bloomfield. I liked him a lot. And you just, once you get exposed to it, my friends and I were just constantly trying to find these guys. So we'd go out and buy all kind of records, and you get burnt sometimes, it's like, ooh, that sucks. And then, like Buddy Guy and BB and Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, and all of those guys, all the authentic American blues stuff is what wigged us, man. And a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to Lead Belly?
Yeah. He's exactly all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, the first thing that got me was electric. Lead Belly was like a solo acoustic guy. It took me a long time because I was an idiot to get into, to expand my horizon. I liked stuff that was like, bam, hit you in the head, electric instruments and drums and shit like that.
Sorry, I forgot to turn I broke my own rule. I forgot to turn my ring off.
You can do that, man. You're the boss. Yeah, Lead Belly, and then there's some, like the more you get into it and the farther back you go, we were talking earlier, there's guys like a guy named Charlie Patton, who's like from the 20s and 30s, who was like insane. They said he used to throw the guitar around and play it behind his back, and this, and he was a solo guy that would play in these little juke joints out in the middle of, in that other planet, Mississippi. If you ever read about,
Yeah.
it's horrifying, man. Anyway.
Yeah, out there in the middle of nowhere in the Delta.
Yeah, and
Little swamp dives. Yeah. My family's from my dad's family's from Mississippi, so they told me all about it.
Did you ever go? Have you ever been?
I've been a bunch of times. They're from a little sawmill town called Laurel.
Is it in the Delta? Or?
No, it's just south of Jackson. So it's more toward the center of the state.
Yeah.
But I got cousins that used to live in like Biloxi and like around the Delta. But yeah, they would tell me stories about it. And you know, my dad was born in '52, so when he was a teenager, he used to go out there and, you know, hang out.
Out in the back.
Yeah, he used to be all over the place. So
Is he still alive?
yeah. He lives in L.A.
Old, huh? Born in 52?
Yeah, so he's gonna be.
I was born in 51. Old guy, man. Yeah, my old man's old, 52. That's all right, man.
But yeah, and my on my mother's side, they were all musicians. My great uncle, my grandfather's brother, played with a bunch of guys. His stage name used to be Lionel Turner. So he used to play. He
Down
played
there
with
in Mississippi?
yeah, because they're all from Port Arthur. So he
That's
used to
where
play.
my wife's from. Port
Yeah.
Arthur, Texas, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a bizarre place. Have you ever been there?
Oh yeah, I go there all the time.
Jeez.
most of the people in Port Arthur, if you live between the Longs, like the projects, and like Gulfway,
Yeah.
that's pretty much my family.
My wife's there right now at her dad's house and on 39th and 9th.
Yeah, okay.
Over by, it used to be Nick's where like you get boudin over there.
Yeah,
You ever had that, Germs? Mm-hmm. That's some bizarre shit too, isn't it?
that's that Louisiana shit. It's that Gulf shit. I love that shit though.
Yeah, I'm from New York, and but my grandparents were from New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and back in the days when I was a little kid, before the interstate, we'd drive, these little highways. It would take to get from New York to New Orleans would take like 2 or 3 days.
Jeez.
You'd have to stop at a hotel and all of that stuff. And it was fun. It was a lot. You'd go swimming but just I remember we'd leave New York. The farther south that we'd go, it just to me, it would just like get more and more bizarre
Oh yeah.
and weird. And then like when you go like through Alabama and then Mississippi, it's just like what the fuck.
Yeah. Everybody talks funny.
Yeah.
They're real slow.
And the racial thing too,
Yeah.
of like, you drink here,
Yeah.
like we're like, what the hell? Anyway, it was an eye opener, man. It was like,
You remember the first thing you ever played?
the first thing,
Yeah.
actually it was in junior high. I started a band with some friends, and it was a song by Rufus Thomas. You ever heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
He's a Mississippi guy, I think, but he got famous, and it was Babe is back, dressed in black, silver buttons all down her back.
It's Miss Mary Mack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
She broke a needle, now she can sew, walking a dog. Just a walking the dog. That was the first tune. We learned some of those tunes, and we played at a junior high dance, and I don't know. We had to suck. It's like I was like a 14-year-old kid singing the blues. 14-year-old white kid singing, Baby's back, dressed in black, and some of the other ones got my mojo working. Some old Mississippi blues tunes by some little squeaky kid. But that was it. That was one of the, yeah.
Okay. Well, so have you ever toured or anything?
Yeah.
So was that like?
My family's gonna see this, so I'll just tell you, or hear it. They're gonna hear it. It's everything you could imagine times 100. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
you know, like Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
Only it was Sex and Drugs and Blues
All right.
instead of rock and roll. You know.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, Bob.
Yes, it was. Very,
I mean,
it wasn't
Makes me-
AIDS. They hadn't come up with any of that goofy shit. You know. So, yeah.
All right. Well, now. All right. I like that.
because I was telling them about the times they were telling you, to shut up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah.
like being and another thing, what I used to like. After I'd been playing for a few years, one of the things that I really loved was the James Brown guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I would do that. I would get hired because a lot of guitar players don't want to do that. They want to do the, they want to play solos.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like that shit. I would do that for hours and be happy. You know, it's just to do the same fucking thing over again and love it. So I'd get hired in funk bands and soul bands and stuff like that. And the times I was telling Germs, it's like, being a white guy in those bands.
Yeah.
And you're traveling in a van. We also got to see, I got to see stuff that most white people don't know about, or if they hear about it, they refuse to believe it, which is like the Law and Order guys that say,
Yeah.
white people, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
So I've been in the van.
that's some horse shit.
You guys. I'm not telling you, but as a white dude,
Yeah.
so you're sitting in the van, and the cops pull you over, and my friends in the van would turn around and go, "Don't start none of your fucking shit with the cops. Just shut up and sit there, because it's like." And then you find out that the cops would say, well, your tail light was intermittently blinking, and we thought and since we've pulled you over, can we check that's how the shit always starts, but it's like the guy at work, you know who I'm talking about, and he's the quintessential guy that says, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about, it's just like, shit has never happened to him.
Yeah.
So being in these bands, I got to see shit, it's like, damn, that's insane, man.
Yeah.
And it was a very good education I got from some of these guys, some of the older people, they took me under their wing and helped me do stuff.
What could you say was the craziest thing you've done
Or seen,
or seen?
allegedly.
That's a big word.
You got-
Allegedly.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't nude midgets. It wasn't like that, but there was.
Shout out to the naked midgets out there. I love you guys.
It was one time with 6 girls and a puppy dog. We were up in a cherry tree.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Say, how you get the dog in the tree?
We pulled him up in a basket, and then what you could imagine, like what you would like to do, what young men would like to do, you got to do it.
Yeah, I miss those days.
And and
I used to do a lot, Bob.
I bet, man. I did too. I didn't always look like this.
So who you toured with?
Well,
Who you played with?
I played with Bo Diddley,
Oh,
and that I don't know if I told you, but he was he's one of them guys that got screwed by record companies when he was young, and so when we played this festival down in the valley, and he said, I play 1 hour and that's it, and I get $6,000. And we went, okay, yeah, cool. And we were playing in this, and on the side of the stage there was a clock, and I think we started at 7 o'clock. And we're playing along, and like it goes around, and it's almost 8 o'clock, and we're right in the middle of a tune. And he unplugged his guitar and walked off. And when it didn't piss us, I was like, yeah, Bo, you ain't bullshitting, man. He's like, 1 hour, I'm through getting fucked, and I get $6,000 cash, you know, and he just, you know, and I said,
It's like,
yeah,
I want
buddy,
$1,000,
go, man.
$1,000 every 10 minutes and not a minute more.
Yeah, and you ain't fucking me no more. You know, I do the fucking, you know. And so we opened up for John Lee Hooker.
Oh.
I played with it, and that was a bizarre experience. The band I was in, we were playing, we were the opening act, right? And we did, I think, half an hour, and we got done and we came off, and the club owner comes up and they said, we can't find John Lee Hooker, so go up and do another 20 minutes. So we did, and people were nice, they liked us, and we got done and came off, and he goes, you gotta go do more, we still can't find them. And I'm going, these people don't want to hear us, you know. I mean, they've been nice, and they, you know.
Yeah.
And they finally found him, and he came in and just destroyed the place. We opened up for Robert Cray. I played with a guy named Clifford Scott. He was a tenor sax player that got pretty famous. He played with a bunch of people. He played with Joe Pass. He played with T-Bone Walker, guitar player, and. Geez, I can't. Oh, the best one though was when I was a kid. One of my early heroes after BB was a harmonica player named James Cotton. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Anyway, he was living here. He just died last year, but I had his records when I was a kid, man, and it was like knocked me out. And so I was playing at Central Market. They have a cafe where you play, and I looked out, and a buddy of mine walks in, and he's with James Cotton. You know, it's like if one of their friends walked in to, if I can think of an equivalent, it would be like if my friend walked in, if a friend walked in with John Lennon or, you know, Paul McCartney, and there's my buddy Tugboat with James Cotton, and I'm like, Jesus. So I walked over and I introduced myself and I said, you know, if you brought any harps, man, you're welcome. And he goes, oh, yeah, we'll see. You know, he doesn't know what, so I figured I'll sweeten the pot a little bit. And we did like 3 songs of his. And bam, he was up, you know, up and playing. And so I got a chance to play with a hero.
Nice.
Yeah. And
that's fun.
Yes, and he... we had a real good crowd, and you know what Central Market's like, right? You're playing at the cafe, and then there's people shopping and everything. And the place was packed when we were playing, and when he started playing, it was like people came out of the woodwork, man. It was just mobbed. Just the sound of what he did moved people so, and like it was like the Pied Piper. You know,
it's like a magnet. Everybody
women,
just
and yuppie women in their
bad dancing and wine. And
he could have whipped them into a frenzy. But that was really cool. That was good. I got a chance, and plus he told me about all my heroes because he was there. You know, he was Muddy Waters' harp player. For more than 10 years. You know, so he had stories about all of them guys and his bands and everything. Can I get a little water?
Yeah, I'll get you some.
Take a break. If a motherfucker say fuck you, fuck that motherfucker. And that's how you live your life.
Okay. It's a rule I go by.
When I was a kid, you know, the van would come in and pick everybody up, and this old dude would be the last one. Like old dude named Breezy. It smelled like feet and ass in here already. And that shit just killed me, man. All right, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's like I said, man. You
No.
say whatever you want in here.
I was just, I was thinking about whenever you're telling us, because I didn't know you brought your guitar with you to work.
Yeah, every day.
And
Oh, about that? What about the kid?
yeah, so tell Chuck.
We got, you know what we do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I had picked up 5 guys at a group home,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to bring them to a day hab. And Metro, you know, who we work for, said, pick them up at 8 o'clock and drop them off at 8:05 at this place where they go. So we get there at 8:05, and I got 5 guys. And how would you describe what's the right way to say it? They have mental disability.
Okay.
Is that?
It was better than what I was
Yeah,
going to say.
yeah.
I was going to say mongoloid, but
Okay.
Yeah. So we get there,
yeah.
and the place doesn't open till 8:30. So I got these 5 guys that are getting kind of nervous, and so I got my guitar and I said, "You guys want to sing? You know, want to sing some songs?" And they go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So I pulled my guitar out, and I said, "How about we'll sing? You know, you are my sunshine," and they all jump in. Hey, time! I was like, yeah, dude, get it, man. And that was the funnest 25 minutes I had in years, man. We were laughing and crying and just having a good time. So I'm glad I had it, you know, to entertain the guys, man. If I get 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'll practice because I need to practice. And once I found out that it was okay to bring it, I've been bringing it every day. Not lately because they work the shit out of us,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And people, you know, especially people like, do you ever pick up, I shouldn't say any names, but down in 85 Trinity, go to the Goodwill. Anyway, I played a blues tune for her one time, and now it's like, you got to play some. I said, I don't have time. You know, I got to get out of here. We got to get moving. But anyway, I'll play sometimes, but I don't have time.
Yeah.
They just do too much. They make us do too much.
When did you ever, where did you play first here in Austin?
Here, some places on 6th Street, like usually what everybody, you know, where everybody does. Most of my life, wherever I've been able to just support myself playing music. Like when I first moved to Texas, I lived in San Antonio, and that's all I did was play music, you know. I made enough money we had a house, and the drummer was my roommate. And then I lived in the Valley, just played music. And got to Austin, it's like, shit, no, man.
Oh, yeah, it's too expensive now.
It's too expensive, but there's like 900,000 musicians, and a lot of them will play for nothing. And how do you compete with that? You know?
Yeah.
And they'll pack you know, like they'll have a garage band and they'll play for beer, and they'll have 900 of their friends come, and the club owner's like, yeah, I'll do this every night of the week, you know, and not pay them, you know, the door or tips or something like that.
Yeah, it's a shame because when I first got here in 2001, one of my best friends, he was, you know, a band. It was just a bunch of gigging musicians. They played in a couple bands, and that's pretty much how they supported themselves. It's fucking impossible now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's impossible. And like, I get it that, you know, I know the rent downtown is like super high. I know it's super high. But you gotta pay the people that, like, it's ridiculous.
They don't, yeah, but they won't. Yeah. They don't, you know. It's like, anyway, I've always at times had to have day jobs. And it's always been driving usually because you don't have a boss hanging over your shoulder and you can think about whatever you want. You know, I drove limousines and dump trucks and all of that shit. You can think about music while you're driving around, which is all I do anyway, you know. And, but here, I've not here in Austin have I been able to. Maybe it's because I'm not that good, But it's happened in other cities, you know, and not here. I've not been able to do it here. Just support myself playing music here, and plus I don't have that. To get far in music, you have to be relentless, you know, and I don't have that kind of personality. Hi, you got to hear my new CD. Here's one for you, and here's one for you. And like I see you 15 minutes later, it's like, hey, have you heard my new CD, Bob's CDs? You know, it's Bob. You know, I'm just not like that. You have to be that to a certain extent, you know.
Yeah,
to get
well, it's because
successful.
everybody else is doing it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, you know, and you got to, you know, it's just like push people out of the way and get, you know, make sure that you're in the picture, or you're, you know, like you're getting heard, and you know. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll just stay home. I just like to play music, you know. I don't need that. I've had success, what I term success, you know, just playing music and paying the bills, and playing music that I like. And it's like, Jesus, you know, I don't need jet planes and you know, limousines and you know, I had it, only it was like, and not like the Rolling Stones, you know, Coke and champagne, you know, it was like Coke and Thunderbird wine, you know.
Hey, get it how you can.
Yeah. So it wasn't, you know.
As long as you're having fun.
Exactly.
And drunk is drunk.
Yeah. There's millions of blues songs, you know, about drinking, man. And it's like, and it's real stuff. The best story I ever heard was, there was a guy named Pat Hare, Auburn Pat Hare. He used to play with James Cotton and Muddy Waters, and you can go on YouTube. He released a single called "I'm Gonna Murder My Baby," and what he was gonna do and everything, and then actually did it.
Holy shit!
It's killed his wife or his girlfriend. Anyway, but can you imagine the courtroom scene? You know, it was like the prosecutor comes in and goes, "Your Honor, for our evidence, I'd like to play you a song." And it was just like, you know, how the fuck do you get out of
Just
that?
a man.
But that's, you know, blues is some real shit, man. You know, it ain't.
Yeah, it's life. It's about
Yes,
life.
exactly, Chuck. And it's, you know, like, I love my calendar. You know, you might love your calendar girl, but
Yeah, not everybody got a calendar,
yeah,
calendar
exactly.
girl.
Yeah. I like my big leg woman.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. I don't need a 10. I got 5 twos. Shit.
The 10-1. Yeah. When we start doing negative, the permutations are endless.
I fucked around and got me a couple negatives.
We've all had a couple negatives.
I don't even know how the negatives work. It's like, do I owe dick?
I have to come back a few times, you know.
Do I dig?
Yeah, when you finally get you a decent woman, you're like, yeah, my time is due. Oh my God. Yeah. So how long have you been in Austin?
My wife and I got here in '89, I think. I think so.
So can I ask you a question that many people ask?
Yeah.
Every Austinite that's been here longer than, because I got here in 2001. You got here in what, 96?
97.
97? Okay. What the fuck happened?
It's like, I don't know, man. And it's like, next time you're driving around, notice how many New York license plates you see. My wife said
I
California
see it all the time.
and New York,
Yeah.
man. And it's like, I just remember, or I don't remember because I was here, but I heard that Rick Perry and whoever the powers that be were taking ads out in New York saying, "Come to Texas."
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, all right. And
They did the same
have
thing
it
in California. They did the same
Okay.
thing in California. That's
Come-
why the tech industry's all here.
Exactly. It's like come to Texas. You don't,
you don't have to pay any taxes.
Taxes. We'll give you a massage and suck your dick. Just right down here. You know, make you an omelet, whatever. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
I think, you know. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck. Who the fuck wants to live in Connecticut? Honestly,
Exactly. Or New Jersey.
I've never been to Connecticut, but I've heard.
Connecticut's cool, but New Jersey blows. You know, and to all the New Jersey people. Every once in a while, I'll get a passenger that'll go, "Oh, you're from up north, right? You from up Jersey?" And it's like, you couldn't have said anything worse. I'm from New York, but New York State, not New York City. I'm from like 70 miles north of New York.
Oh, okay.
And apple orchards and mountains and shit like that. People don't think of New York. When they think of New York, they don't think of
Yeah.
that. They just think of New York City. But, you know, we used to make fun of the people from New York City
Mm-hmm.
because they would drive from New York City up north to go deer hunting.
Yeah.
You know, so like they'd leave at 4 a.m. and be drinking all the way on the drive, the 2 or 3 hour drive. And it was funny that there was a thing in the paper one time where a farmer up from my area painted cow, COW, on the side of his cow. Because these guys would be drunk by the time they drove up from New York City and just get out and start blasting shit, you know. And it's
They
like-
shot his cows.
or one of his cows, you know. It's not a deer, motherfucker. It's a cow, you know. So anyway, that was our version of New York City people, you know. But it was a cool place to be able to go to, because when I was a kid, the little town that I lived in, it was like this little conservative, you know, and a few of us started to grow our hair long. And you'd get the shit kicked out of you. You know, you'd be hitchhiking and they'd jump you. And anyway, so when you had enough of that and you graduated high school, you could go to New York City, which is like 2 hours away, and live in the village, or you know.
Yeah.
So it was close enough.
Well, you can't live in a village anymore.
Yeah, no, you could. You know,
It's like $2 million
yeah.
to live.
You ever been to New York, Drew?
No.
It's you got to go. It's great, you know, but it kind of sucks if you're poor,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like, hey, Miles Davis is playing at the Village Vanguard. What's the cover? 25. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sucks even more, you know, because the stuff
Yeah.
is a subway ride away, but you can't, you know.
Yeah, you can't afford it
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, that's the way this place used to be.
Right.
This place used to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have a lot of money, you could go, you could see a good show, you know,
Yeah.
drink a couple cheap beers,
But have you noticed
bag
that
a couple cheap chicks.
but have you noticed that the music scene has pretty much just dwindled away?
I'm out of it. I've been out of it for a long time. I have played here, you know, and when I first moved here and played all the time, but I've, you know, for about 10 years, I've been peripherally, like I still do gigs and stuff, but I'm not actively, it takes a lot of energy
Yeah.
to go out and seek gigs and then, you know, put up with club owner horse shit, you know. It's like we were talking about earlier. It's just like, it takes a certain kind of person, which I'm not, you know, 'cause there's that whole bullshit side of it. So I haven't been out. I don't know what's going on, you know, but I hear that.
Well, I love the blues. My grandfather was always into the blues. We always heard it around the house. My dad loves it. My mom loves it. And when I got here, you know, it was one of the things that I actually loved about this place was I could go out every night somewhere
Yeah, yeah.
and hear the blues, hear a decent live blues musician.
And not,
And it's just not like that anymore. Like
yeah,
all.
Anton's closed, right? Or is
He reopened it. They reopened it. Clifford Antone, not Clifford,
Gary
his
Clark
sister.
Jr. I thought Gary Clark Jr. bought the name out.
He did, but it's still through the sister still involved
Yeah.
with the
Susan.
club. Yeah, Susan Antone.
Oh, so
I know why I
she's
can't
still-
remember her name.
That's
Yeah.
what I was telling you about earlier.
Yeah, so Susan Antone is still involved with it, and it's down on Fifth and Trinity. It's near Fifth and Trinity. And it's a nice club, great sound system.
Now,
Yeah, great sound system.
Smaller.
We went to see a show there
It's smaller.
like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is smaller. It's smaller than the one that was further up on. What was that? Lavaca. It's on
29th
Fifth and
and-
Lavaca. That's where it was when I first moved here. And I know it's been in a couple other different places.
Before that, it was the one I played there. It was at 29th and Guadalupe,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was a pretty big place.
yeah. This one's smaller, but it's way better than when it was on Riverside. When it was on Riverside, it was a little.
There wasn't even blues anymore out there, was it? It was just like anything.
The couple times we went, they still had blues musicians, but it wasn't. Yeah, they did kind of let anything be played in there. But now the profile's risen some, and I know every time Gary Clark Jr. is in town, he plays there.
You guys
So-
know him?
I've met him once, which I want to say it was around 2000. No, it was around 2005.
Before
And,
he got mega big.
Yeah. So I was at this little piece of shit bar called Agave. I don't think it's around anymore.
I remember seeing the window or the sign
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there. This girl that I knew that I used to work with, her sorority was trying to like plan parties or whatever. So they invited me, and I go, and the guy playing is Gary Clark Jr. So I'm sitting there, like drinking a
Did you
beer.
know who it was, or
I had no idea who he
Oh,
was
okay,
at the
okay.
time.
So, and you
So
heard
I'm
some
sitting there.
badass blues, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm drinking my drink or whatever, and he's, tuning up before the show or whatever, and we just sit there and talk for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes. He's like, all right, well, I got to start the show. I was like, all right, it was good to meet you. And he's like, all right, my name's Gary. I was like, I'm Charles. I was like,
Was he alone, or did he have?
no,
a
he's
whole
by
band?
himself.
Oh, okay.
He's just sitting on a stool.
And just
Playing
knocked
his
you
own-
out, or what?
Yeah, oh, he's fucking great.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's the real shit, man. It's like real good to see a guy his age, carrying on blues and just and then getting famous.
Yeah.
Because I think he was 17 or 18 whenever he played at Antone's. Whenever I
Really?
saw him,
He was that young?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I saw him, he couldn't have been more than maybe 19, 20 something, maybe.
I've never seen him live. I just seen him on TV, like playing with Eric Clapton nowadays and stuff like that, right? Good
Yeah.
for him, man. I'm so happy for him.
Oh, I'm happy too. And then they got those two kids, the brothers that play out of Round Rock. They're actual kids. Like I think they're 16 or 17
I
now.
heard about that.
The
Yeah.
Peterson brothers, I think. I think it's
Yeah.
their name, the Peterson brothers. Them little motherfuckers can play.
I never heard of him.
Yeah, you should look up. They can play. They are legit. When they get older and get some experience and actually start writing, they're gonna be some monsters.
Good, man. It's good.
Yeah, I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it making a comeback, and people want to hear good blues music, good real soulful blues music. I just wish it would get a little more shine live.
I think this town had it, man, because you drive up 183, and you could be. I think it's happening to every city, man. You could be anywhere. You see Applebee's, Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on 183, you just go up
Yeah.
it, and it's just you could be in Minot, Dakota, or
Yeah.
Memphis, or
It's the same city everywhere you go. Yeah.
And that's happening here a lot.
Yeah, it lost that the
Love
thing
and
that
feeling.
made it
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's become Houston.
Yeah,
Or it's becoming Houston.
I want to get out of here, but I talked to my wife about it and everything. But sell the house, and then where the fuck do you go? It's where now?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the problem. Is that every cool spot you get to, people find out about it, and then so I hear that's what's happening in like parts of North Carolina now, in like Memphis, like all of the other small, like the what they used to call the small big cities.
Yeah.
They're all getting overcrowded with the same wonderful hipsters that populate the beautiful streets of Austin.
I bet you Wilmington's one of those areas.
Yeah, Wilmington is one of those areas. Wilmington,
Yeah.
Raleigh.
IT there and everything, right? I mean, has that hit there?
I don't know. I really don't know. I've been here for 20 years. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, you know, there's a video game designer, Cliff Bleszinski. He made Gears of War, Unreal Tournament, all these big mega video games or whatever. Yeah, all the places in the world you can live. North Carolina. He lives in Raleigh, Durham.
You ever been there, Chuck? You ever been
No,
in North Carolina?
no.
Drive through or not even?
No, I stopped there for a layover in the airport once. I plan on going though,
It's
because
pretty, right, Chuck?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna make my first conscious trip to the East Coast in December. I'm going to DC. Cause I've never been anywhere where it's cold for more than a couple hours.
When are you gonna go?
December. I didn't plan the trip. If I would have planned the trip, it'd have been in the middle of the summertime. I've never seen snow, so like real snow.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. I was a 2-hour layover in Minnesota, and I saw it through the window because I wasn't going outside.
That's crazy. Minnesota shit is crazy, snow and ice and.
Yeah, they had like 10-foot snowbanks on the side of the door. I was like, I ain't fucking going out there.
Yeah. I don't know if you were here. I think it was like 10, maybe 8 or 10 years ago. It snowed, and there was half an inch of.
Oh yeah, and it shut the
snow.
entire city down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. I was here.
my daughter was outside. She's like, "Dad, this is great. You know, why do you say you hate this and everything?" I said, "No, it's great here. You know, because once every 15 years it snows half an inch and then it's gone tomorrow. But where I'm from, you know, the first snow means shit. You know, 5 months of this shit, shoveling your car out and
Yeah.
ice and then it, like the first snow, oh look how beautiful, and then like a week later it's
Yeah, you get tired of
gray
that shit.
and, dirty from
Yeah.
the soot and everything, and it's just like Jesus. So I split, man. It's not long after I graduated high school. I said, holy shit, I don't have to stay here.
Yeah.
Shit, I was gone, man. And music was my key out of there. I've been back a couple of times. I went back to. My daughter wanted to see where I was from, so we went up. When we went to this bar I used to hang out with, we were having dinner. You could. It was. So we were in the dining area, and we're sitting there, and it was about 5:30, and the bar area started to fill up. We could look,
Yeah.
and it started filling up, and my daughter goes, "Dad, do you know any of those guys?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know every one of them." And she's like, "Well, what?" I said, "Shh, be quiet." Said they don't recognize Daddy because I used to have real long hair, and now it's white, and I cut it all off. And I said, them guys were sitting in those same bar stools when Daddy left 45 years ago. So,
Yeah.
I didn't. What am I going to say? And I used to send postcards when I was on the road, send them home, and they would read it at this bar, and it's like, yeah, hey, did you hear? But Bob's in Africa. Oh, he ain't in fucking Africa. How the fuck did he get that postcard sent from Africa? He must have gave it to somebody that was going there, and they mailed it for him. And so that's the kind of
Yeah.
shit that I grew up with and got away from. Plus the coal. They can keep that coal shit. Like you said, man, you looked out the windows. Why the fuck do I go out there?
Yeah.
Why?
It's cold.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm from cold, but that Minnesota and Chicago, that's another level.
Yeah.
That's the bonus round of cold.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he's from Detroit, and his dad sent him a picture of himself digging his car out in the first snow or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah.
He's just digging, literally had to dig his car out of an 8-foot snowbank.
Yeah,
I was like,
have to do
fuck
that
that
shit.
shit.
Yeah, I used to have to do that.
I'm not going to work.
And I exactly
Not digging that shit out.
to go to work.
I had to wake up 2 hours early
Yeah,
to dig my car out, give my car 30 minutes to warm up.
To go to work?
Yeah, fuck you.
Then you gotta warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. And I'm not getting paid no overtime. Oh, fuck that.
No.
Not doing
Hazard
it.
pay. You should get hazard pay, man, for like driving around. Like they made us come to work. You weren't working
No.
here. There was it was a little ice, and so you leave an hour early to go to work, and if something happens and you get in an accident, you're gonna get fired.
Yeah.
You know? Why in the fuck would I want to do that? Anyway, I don't know.
No, I get it, man. I get it. All right. So you got the guitar,
Man,
ready to sing?
I'll do a couple.
Okay.
You
Well,
guys?
that's dealer's choice.
Sing, dance.
Ah,
No.
I smoked a boatload of reefer. I sniffed a ton of cocaine. But working with the needle like to break my brain. I was knocking myself out. I was knocking myself out. I was knocking myself out. Killing me by degree. My mama tried to tell me, my daddy told me too. They said, son, this reckless way of living's gonna be the end of you. But I was knocking myself out. I was knocking myself out. Yes, I was knocking myself out. Killing me by degree. Every fool on earth, his day is gonna come. I only wanna know one thing. Did he have some fun? Did he knock himself out? Yeah, did he knock himself out? Did he knock himself out? Did he kill himself by degree? Yes, every fool on earth, his day is gonna come. And let me tell you, people, when you're dead, you're done. So why not knock yourself out? Why not knock yourself out? It's a fast, hard life. It will kill you by degree. I was standing with St. Peter at the pearly gate. He said, you can't come in right now, son. You're gonna have to wait because you like knocking yourself out. Yes, you like knocking yourself out. You like knocking yourself out. Killing you by degree. $1920s from the 20s. That's when
Damn.
they were just as crazy. People have been crazy to
Yeah.
the beginning of time, man. There ain't nothing new under the sun. We ain't doing
Hell
nothing
no.
new.
Shit. Swear, those motherfuckers was crazier back then because there wasn't no cell phone.
right?
Shit, I'm glad it wasn't none when I was in my 20s. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about that.
You know, it's just like that Dolphins coach, football coach. He got caught doing cocaine.
He didn't get caught doing cocaine.
Excuse me, he didn't get caught doing cocaine.
Okay.
They recorded him.
Oh no. It's deeper than that.
Oh, I've heard something peripherally, right?
This
sniffing, right?
motherfucker
Hey, he's doing rails.
was doing lines of coke. He
Now
filmed
he's-
himself. He filmed himself doing lines of
I
coke.
thought that stripper.
No. He filmed himself doing lines of coke and saying, "You remember when we used to do this shit, baby? And I want to put it on your pussy and sniff it off your pussy and all this other shit." And he sent it to this stripper in Vegas because apparently that's who he cheating on his wife with.
He's
So
married.
yeah, so she put the video that he sent her on the internet.
Jeez, how the fuck stupid could you be, man?
And why are you trying to impress a stripper?
Yeah.
She working for tips. If I gotta turn you on, what the fuck am I paying you for?
Man,
I mean, he's running lines. Man.
Oh my God, he's running
All
mountains.
that,
I'm surprised he
so
have
that's what that was about.
Yeah.
Because I saw something of, like it was a single photo.
Yeah.
And then it was something about Coach blah, blah does, it's like,
Yeah.
but then I forgot about it, because you get old, you forget shit quick. I walk from one room to the other to tell my wife something, and it's like, what the fuck was I doing? All right. Anyway, yeah. So what was you saying about cocaine? Yeah, these people were doing.
Oh, well, yeah. You, just like the guy that was doing the cocaine, it's not 1985 anymore.
Yeah.
I thought someone had stuck it and recorded it, but it was him. So it was.
Yeah, he did it to himself.
Jesus.
But fuck, look at poor little Kevin Hart. Once again, fucking around with strippers in Vegas. This is most financially successful stand-up comedian of all time.
Yeah.
He's been cheating on his pregnant wife, who is 8 months pregnant now. So he's in town. Apparently, the next day, he was with his pregnant wife, somewhere. But the night before, he was off banging some fucking stripper that he met in Miami. And she recorded it. And
Right. Is that what he's doing?
and she blackmailed him. So she said that if you don't give me, I think it was some ridiculous number like $30 million, that she was gonna release the tape. So he's like, well, let me set my phone up. He got on Instagram and was like, I fucked up. I cheated on my wife. Cause he wasn't gonna pay her. I don't give a fuck if I'm worth $112 million. I'm not giving you 30.
Did his wife split?
Hell no, she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Cause he was married before, and he cheated on his first wife with the second wife.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Damn. And look at that face says it all. I don't get it, man. Or like we were talking about earlier, it's like, I hope shit like that never happens to me. Because people don't set out to do that shit. He was talking about, he's reading a book about Charles Manson, and I was saying, like, I hope I don't wake up one morning and want to do that. Thank God it don't happen to me. It's like, because people don't set out to do shit like that,
no, I don't think
It's just
so.
moments of weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2017, cocaine, and how do you think you could do anything without the whole world knowing about it nowadays?
Yeah.
Especially like when you do it,
Yeah.
well, like when you film it.
Yeah, you filmed it and sent it to her.
Yeah.
So what makes you like if you know?
That's like you're doing shit. Somebody beats somebody's ass on I-35, and they got fucking cameras filming it. In the middle of nowhere, and you're like,
Yeah, I hate that. It's just, yeah.
well, you guys, when you get my age, just think of Pops once in a while. Just think, boy, Pops, well, this would have cracked Pops up. The shit that y'all gonna go through and everything with the technology and everything, you know, is to be like, hey, there's Germ's ass on TV. So, you reap what you sow, man.
Yeah.
You kids and your technology and game shows and video games. And let me do one more.
Oh,
One
yeah,
more
go right
blues,
ahead.
This is I gotta change the name in this because you'll see why. Okay. Oh, what a dream. Whoa, what a dream I had on my mind. Oh, what a dream, baby. Whoa, what a dream I had on my mind. When I woke up this morning, people, not a thing could I find. I dreamed I went to Washington and sat right down in President Obama's chair. I dreamed the president himself came out and shook my hand and said, Bob, I'm awfully glad that you're here. But that was just a dream. Whoa, what a dream I had on my mind. When I woke up this morning, people, not a chair could I find. I dreamed I won the lottery, and I had a beautiful mermaid for a wife. I dreamed I won the Brooklyn Bridge on my knees shooting dice. But that was just a dream. Whoa, what a dream I had on my mind. When I woke up this morning, people, not a nickel could I find. I dreamed we got married and raised the family. I dreamed we had 27 children. And they all look just like me. Cute. But that was just a dream. Whoa, what a dream I had on my mind. When I woke up this morning, people, not one of them children looked like mine.
Fuck yeah, Bob.
That's real shit, man.
Yes.
You know? And, you know, not to take anything away from, you know, simpler stuff that people like, but this is
but you gotta have some balance. You gotta put some real shit. It's all right to go. Like, you know, me and Jeremy talk about this often. I like some good bad decision making music to go out and do some dumb shit too.
Yeah.
You know, but nah, I like a little balance in my
It's like
diet, in my musical diet.
we were talking about Antifa.
Yeah,
You know them guys?
yeah, the anti-fascist
Yeah.
group. Yeah,
And my wife and I were talking about it, and she's going, "You're not thinking about John?" I said, "No, I'm too old, but my heart is with the cats, you know."
yeah.
And but
Well,
it's
who
like,
doesn't like punching Nazis in the face?
well, that's exactly it. No, it was like, there's this whole thing was like, well, there's violence on both sides and everything. It's like this there was a clip on something, I don't remember what it was, but this Klan guy walks up and he wants to interview one of the Antifa guys.
Yeah.
And he comes walking up and he says, I'm not really a true race. Bam!
Yeah,
No bullshit, man. I ain't even talking to you. I'm just gonna knock your ass out.
Yeah.
And that's a no-brainer to me, man. There's Nazis.
and not
there's
Nazi.
Yeah, exactly. And do we got to think about that?
Yeah, I thought we already had this debate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
like I don't, because
It's like somebody's like,
there's violence on both sides of everything, but you got intention also. Like, I'm not hitting you for no reason.
yeah. And
You're a
it's
fucking
like-
asshole.
So when
And that's why I'm
World
punching you in the
War II
face.
happened,
Yeah.
the war was like, well, we better not do that because we don't want to get it, We
Yeah.
better not fight the,
Yeah.
Nazis because
Hitler has his right. No, he doesn't. Fuck him.
it's getting stupid, man.
Yeah.
It's like how inspiring that in 2017 we're having a debate about whether Nazis are good and bad or whether people should have health care.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on that. I'm sorry, man.
Don't worry about it. We talk about it all the time.
Right?
Because look, the way I figured, the easiest way to end it is for a year. We just make it so that if anybody gets hurt, car accident, gunshot wound, anything, when the ambulance comes, they run your credit report. And we'll see how quickly motherfuckers are like, you know what? This is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers be like, 200? Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Back this motherfucker.
Sorry, dude. The free market has spoken, right?
Yeah. They look at it. They find some rich dude that mangled and wrapped his new Ferrari around a telephone pole. And they like, this motherfucker got $200,000 in debt. Oh, no. Back this motherfucker. And we'll see how quickly. Everybody's like, you know what? This is fucking stupid.
Yeah. That's quick. 1 year, huh?
Yeah.
You think it would,
Oh, it wouldn't last a
Yeah,
year.
right. It's
It
like
lasts.
a couple of
It
weeks.
lasts like maybe 10 days.
If that, I'll give you 3.
Yeah, all them emergency rooms. How come nobody's in here?
They're playing backgammon and shit, it's like they're doing lines of coke and putting it on YouTube. Where's all the clients? Where's all the people?
Oh, we're closed now. We close at 7.
No, I was saying like in the
Oh, yeah, in
No,
the
I was
hospital.
still
Yeah.
going with the metaphor or whatever it is, not metaphor, but
Yeah. Oh no, people would lose. Yeah, they would lose their shit. And like, just make it for them, because that's the whole point, right? That's the whole point of like, we're supposed to be like, if we see you hurt, we'll patch you up and we'll worry about the bill later. But no, if motherfuckers got to show that they can pay up front, there'd be a lot of dead motherfuckers in the street.
yeah.
But still, you still have to pay if you don't have insurance. You have to pay something before you leave the
Yeah.
hospital,
Yeah.
unless you hit the
Unless
exit
you,
door.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. Unless you find, well, they got them all locked, but you just wait until they're bringing the next poor sap in, and just
Yeah.
out.
Or take off that bracelet and trying to straighten up and walk on out. It's just, nah, I was trying to find the exit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
I was gonna come here and visit somebody.
Yeah.
How do I get to where the where?
Oh no, I got into it with the medical people once. So I got sick. No ambulance, no nothing. Go to the emergency room. They see I got a fever. I get the 2 500 milligram Tylenols. I was in the room for like 4 hours or whatever. They prescribed me some antibiotics because I had pneumonia. So I had pneumonia for like 6 days and was still going to work and shit. I lost like 20 pounds in like 2 days. It was bad. And, I go and they send me home and I get the bill. It's $2,100 for 4 hours and 2 aspirin.
God damn, man. That's insane. Yeah, I believe it too.
$2,100.
Did you
No
have
X-rays,
insurance?
yeah, I had insurance. They paid most of it. I only had to pay I think like $300 out of $2,100, but still.
$300 though for 2 Tylenols.
Yeah, it was mostly the hospital room. Those rooms are like, fuck, it's more. You could go stay in the penthouse of Caesar's Palace for a night for what they fucking charge you for 2 hours in a fucking emergency room hospital bed.
Yeah. But like when I was in there, it was like 10 days. It was like a bed and breakfast, man.
Yeah.
They bring you menus nowadays, for what you can have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh.
And you're laying there, the best ass dope in the fucking world. And it's legit. There's a reason to have it.
That morphine is
can
fucking
even
crazy.
You could call work and go, I am fucked up. I'm the baddest goddamn heroin you ever heard of in your fucking ain't a fucking thing you can do, man. It's legit, man. Yeah. There's a reason to be, there's a reason to have it, man.
Let's call your boss. I'm high as giraffe titties right now.
I'm higher than 10 midgets. Naked midgets. Wrestling and dancing and titty dancing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My wife's gonna hear this or see. After 35 years, this is too much. This is the straw that broke the camel's fucking back. The straw that broke the camel's back didn't have to be this goddamn big. So, but anyway, it's been fun, man. I'm having fun bullshitting with you guys.
Yeah, it's super fun. But, so you got. So I just want to say this, because it seems like for the last, 4 months, the day after we do a podcast, something fucking terrible happens. Because we did that one podcast, Hurricane Harvey tore up fucking Houston.
Like world events. Yeah.
Just the last podcast we did like 2 weeks ago, literally the day after we did it, the fucking shooting in Vegas happened.
yeah.
Jesus.
And then before that, I think some terrible shit happened. But some terrible shit happens in Florida. We take no responsibility for whatever the fuck happens in Florida. Florida's the worst place. For everything bad in the world happens in Florida. We've established this.
So
Hey, I'm not taking any responsibility for Florida.
And I'm a bad luck guy, man. So
Yeah. So rest of the world, we pray for Vegas. It's terrible what the fuck happened out there. We really need to do something about this shit, because there's no way this motherfucker should have had 23 automatic fucking rifles.
My thing is,
It's crazy.
and then at home more. Right?
Yeah, he had 40. He had 42 total.
Yeah.
why is it people are looking for answers? What answers do you want? The
'Cause
guy's
he-
crazy.
Humans feel the
We
need
want answers.
to understand shit, and you can't understand. That motherfucker was crazy, and what's terrible, he was crazy, and he was a millionaire. That motherfucker could have had more guns.
Yeah.
He could have had a tank.
Dynamite and shit. and
A tank with a full tank of gas.
Yeah, like,
yeah, but that's another. Do you really need that shit? But it's like the Second Amendment is like, well, I have the right to have this. Gosh darn it.
Oh, and
Jeepers.
It should
I-
be. It should be a
Pardon my-
limit.
I have a
Should be
I have a solution for that also.
Uh-oh.
So my solution for that is, you see, people say that you should be licensed and regulated like cars. The thing is that they don't regulate the car necessarily. They regulate the driver.
Yeah.
So if you can't see, you can't have a fucking driver's license. Thus, you cannot have a fucking car.
Yeah.
So we should have gun licenses. So you can have all the guns you want, but you have to get a gun license.
Yeah.
And just like a car, you have to get retested every couple of years. And if you get arrested for anything violent, you get a mark on your license and you can't have your fucking guns anymore.
Yeah. Simple, man.
Yeah.
And quick.
You do that, and now that takes away the gun show loophole because now every gun owner, you come in there, if you don't have a gun license, you can't buy a gun. You can't even go in the gun show.
Yeah.
It's a real simple fucking solution.
Yeah.
If you want to get into gun insurance like they make us have car insurance, I'm cool with that too.
Or just like have every black person walk around with an AK.
Oh yeah, they'll ban them shits quick.
That- tomorrow.
Mulford out. The
Tomorrow.
Mulford Act in California, signed by President Ronald Reagan, because the Black Panthers walked into the state house with fucking rifles.
What was it? What did he sign?
The Mulford Act. It's what banned guns in California
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
because California was an open carry state. People.
And he was for that shit
Yeah.
before.
Oh, and the NRA never fucking said it. The NRA backed that bill. The NRA backed that bill. It was signed by Republican Jesus himself, Ronald Reagan. so I don't want to hear this shit about Republicans knowing like, it's not gun control. They want black people control.
It's just-
Basically.
yeah, and in this country,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, it's not like this stuff. It's not about race. Every fucking thing is about race. Not in this country, man. It's like, and so I didn't know the whole thing about that. I heard about that bill,
Yeah.
but it was because we were talking about that the other day. Black Panthers carrying
Yeah,
shit around.
that's because the Panthers marched. They went to Sacramento, marched up the main drive, and walked right into the state house with rifles. And they drafted the Mulford Act, and it was signed within 6 months.
Fast track that motherfucker. Right?
Yes, they did. There was no debate.
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah,
no.
I'm all for it. Gosh. Pardon my harsh language.
Yeah, that's what Neil Brennan said on the Daily Show. He said the easiest way, if you want gun control passed, he was like, instead of having all of the football players take a knee, they should walk out on the field and hold up an AK-47. It's like we'd have gun control
Yesterday.
before halftime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the gun license thing would work.
And I like
Yeah.
the ideas, man.
And you can have as many guns as you want.
Health
But you
care.
gotta have that license.
settled. Gun control settled, man. What else?
Oh, I got plenty of shit.
That's why you cast pods.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be a politician. Well,
It's not
okay.
too late, man.
I curse too much.
Wait a
I
minute.
occasionally have a drink. I haven't drowned anybody like Ted Kennedy yet, but
But look what we got now.
yeah, that's true.
You know, it's like
That's true. I can get in because I've grabbed a couple pussies in my
Yeah.
lifetime.
you're a star. You got your own podcast. They'll let you do anything, like he said. Jeez, when you're a star, you can do
Oh
they'll
no,
let you do
the lawsuits would fly in.
This is
I
how we
mean,
shake hands in Houston.
I don't even remember you. This judge would be like, Mr. Wright, did you do probably?
Yeah. Yeah. Probably more, 90% chance. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, so I think about this stuff all the time. But I don't think I could ever get elected. I highly doubt I would ever get elected. Because I'm too honest.
That's
And I don't bullshit people.
That's a bad trait for a politician.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
'Cause
You wouldn't make it.
I would tell all those people in Ohio, I'd be like, yeah, the factory's never fucking coming back. It's never coming back. So either find something else to do or fucking move.
Yeah. That's sad and it's funny, but you're right, man.
Yeah.
Those people.
They've been waiting for 25, 30 years for that fucking factory to It's not coming back.
Yeah. Because the motherfuckers you voted for shipped that shit over to China or wherever else, and then.
Yeah, I don't understand how those motherfuckers voted for Trump. Yeah, motherfucker, you live in Iowa. Trump has never been to Iowa. This motherfucker's open hotels everywhere else in the world. He won't put a golf course, a hotel. Your fat sister-in-law can't get a fucking job cleaning up a Trump hotel because this motherfucker would never put a fucking hotel in the Midwest. He could have gave his whole town jobs.
Yeah. And even today, all of the shit that he hawks, his ties and all of that bullshit.
That's all made in China and Bangladesh and fucking Taiwan.
And we were talking about, this is the thing that killed me is like Obamacare. There are people, coal miners that have black lung disease that are covered under Obamacare. And then Trump comes and says, we got to get rid of Obamacare on day one. And now he gets elected, and these people are going, well, goddamn, Merle. What's going to happen to me now that the goddamn son of a bitch? What the fuck they've been saying it for 7 years, man. You know, that's like the shit you're talking about is like.
Yeah. Stop fucking, come on, man.
And but to be mystified about it, you know.
Yeah.
And they've interviewed somebody.
He tricked us. No, the fuck he didn't. Yeah. He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
Yeah. And they've interviewed some. Well, I didn't think he was really going to do that. You know, it's like, hello, well, surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
All right, let me get, man.
All right. Well, it was good having you.
Yeah, man. Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun, man.
That was great, man. Anytime you want to come back, if you want to play, we can.
When you guys
set you
get
up.
guitars and start, then we'll just do like trio, you know.
That's gonna.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash shit.
Okay.
No, not with me, man. I hate that shit. I wouldn't play any of that shit if it was my mother's dying request.
we can get us some barefoot, hairy-legged white women to come in here. Had a whole studio smelling like patchouli oil.
Right?
It's Whatever Man Podcast.